Hello there, welcome to another Starfield ship review. In today's video, we have a bit of a throwback to one of my original ship reviews. This is obviously a Varun Eulogy, as the name suggests, but it appears to be based almost entirely on the Conqueror ship that I uploaded. I believe that was like the first review I did. It's one of my more popular videos, but I thought since everybody loved that video, why not hunt down one of the elusive Varun ships, and this one was probably the hardest to find. Finding the Varun ships are kind of tricky because you have to jump in and out and try and get them. But anyway, let's get into the review, shall we? So stat-wise, it's got 110,000 fuel, so just 1100 fuel, which is pretty nice. Like, obviously this is a big beefy ship, but that fuel allows you to make jump range to pretty much anywhere within reason. It's got a hull of 676, which is quite low for a ship that's been kind of retrofitted for combat. The Varun ships, obviously, the ones you come across in the game, are basically like pirates, and they're quite dangerous. I'd probably put them up there as one of the harder to fight enemies in the game. It's got a cargo of almost 3,400, which is really nice. Can definitely haul a lot of stuff. I think it's around the same as the original Conqueror. So it's a B-class reactor with 16 power, which power-wise it's very low compared to the Conqueror. I want to say the Conqueror was a C-class. Like I said, it's been a while since I've flown it. It's got a crew of 6, which is really nice. Jump range of 15 light years. Very low. So some systems you'll have difficulty getting to. Some of the higher level systems, they're like level 50 plus. So I would probably recommend upgrading your jump drive as soon as possible. But if you're just using it to kind of fly around the core worlds, it's more than enough. 525 shields, which is kind of low, especially for a B class. Like the max shields you can get without any perks or without doing like some of the faction missions. I think around, it's either 12 to 1500. So we've only got like a third of that. So yeah, despite this being a combat vessel, its defenses are quite low. Weapon-wise, it's got missiles, lasers, and ballistic. As you can see there, it's got a laser on each like wingtip. It's got a missile one side of the bridge and then a ballistic on the other side of the bridge. So let's go and take a look at it. At the end of the video, I will do a breakdown of the various interiors, which is going to be interesting because there's going to be a lot inside this ship. As you can see, it's a Shroud Eklund vessel that has been repurposed for the religious people. It's got a kind of a black, almost like a green finish on it, I think. I could just be colorblind. We've got a Shroud Eklund side entryway, which I always like, leading to a door. Let's head in. Yeah, I'm expecting to get lost in this ship because I got lost in the original Conqueror. So originally we have a 1x1 Shroud Eklund storage room with the docking bay underneath. We've got multiple floors. We go up another floor here. We have another 1x1 storage room that leads into a crew control area here for the crews to do all their crewy stuff. And then back here we have someone's supposed to clean that. This is a 3x1 store, not storage, sorry. The dead bodies are kind of confusing me. This is a 3x1 all-in-one berth, I believe. It's either an all-in-one berth or a living quarters, but I'm gonna go with all-in-one berth because I don't see any beds. I really like these. There's very few ships that make use of them. You got your toilet. I know there was some people in the comments complaining about how some ships don't have toilets. Well, there you go. If you've got any sort of issues that you need to poop a lot, you're all set. And then if we keep going back this way, there's nothing. And then we go up one more floor. We have a 3x3 storage room, Shroud Eklund again, I believe. These I really like these from like if you're like a trader or like a cargo ship. They're pretty cool, but you're at the same time, there's better use of this space. And then in here we have the armory, which originally I thought was the brig, which would have made more sense because you have these two doors that are locked. Just ignore the bodies. These two doors that were locked with like cells. I thought it would make more sense, but apparently it's an armory, which I suppose, armory, whatever. And then you've got like a little area here for your armory guy to sit there and be like, yo, you want some weapons? Oh, we've also got... you can't use them. That's kind of sad. Weirdly, you can use these in your buildings when you're making like your house and stuff, but for some reason you can't access them. And then if we go over here through the armory and we go up again, we've got another 1x1. This leads to... I love this room. This is a 2x1 Shroud Eklund battle room, I believe. I don't know if that's the exact term, but it's basically like a CIC. So for anyone not familiar with like warships and sci-fi and real life, CIC stands for Combat Information Center. It's like if the bridge is to fly the ship, this room is to kind of where you control everything from like if you're deploying fighters or you've got assets on the ground or even just keeping the ship, you know, secure from threats outside. And then we go through here, and this is the entrance to a mess hall. We've got the freezer room, and then we've got another kitchen area here with some cooking stations. Guys, Andre, you got a broom. Could you not have cleaned up some of the bodies? No? Okay, cool. Alright, so yeah, we've got, as you see, some of the crew are enjoying...
Did you want to discuss something?
What is that, like
something?
Can't tell if that's like a pork chop or fish, but yeah. They're enjoying their meal.
Day, huh?
And we go up another level, and we are on the bridge. Really love Shroud Eklund bridges. A lot of scenicness to them. You can see so much. Only downside, as I've said in other videos, these chairs are a nightmare. Your crew will sit here, and because they have a direct sightline on you, there's like no computers blocking them. They're just going to keep chatting to you and be like, yo, boss, what are we doing? And it's like, yeah. Can be a bit annoying. Just going to really quickly double check, because I feel like I missed a room, but maybe not. No, okay, we didn't. Okay, let's lift this puppy up and see how she handles. If I remember correctly, the Conqueror wasn't as kind of heavy as I initially expected, so I'm expecting this to be a little bit faster. So as you can see, it's basically a flying brick, if we're being honest. Let's take off. Pip-wise, the engine
Liftoff looks good. All systems
got good, powerful engines on this beast, which makes sense. A lot of lifting, a lot of landing gear on this ship. And then we've got those 6 engines, 3 on each side.
hell of a view from here.
Alright, so there was a bit of a jump there because I was trying to fix the goddamn engines. That took a long time. But as you can see, based on the power management system, a lot of engine power. Weapon-wise, we've got missiles, lasers, and ballistic. So you can basically, you're gonna have to sacrifice your engines if you want to use some of the weapons, which I suppose isn't really a huge issue. Let's test the speed real quick. So 172 base speed, which is really, really fast. It's got a boost speed around 650, which is again pretty fast, not the fastest. If we do a quick, let's align ourselves, we do a quick pitch test. Pitch is quite fast for a ship this heavy. We're gonna do a yaw. Yep, and a roll. So yeah, this is, it's quite agile for a ship. I would probably, if you get this ship and you really like it, I'd probably upgrade the reactor to a C class to get a little bit more power. So real quick, I'm going to jump down to the planet again and show you the interior. Alright, so here we are back on the planet to do a little
Need some work done?
teardown, just so you know what's
Sure.
habitats are inside of it. So let's check it out. So before we tear it down, just real quick, like I said before, finding this ship is going to be a little tricky because there's a lot of randomness to it. You can't buy this version of the ship. You can buy the Conqueror, but the Varun version, which I don't think there's much of a difference. I think it's just like the different color. But if you want to find this ship, you have to basically go out into certain planets, like any system basically. I'd prefer if you go to a system that doesn't have the UC or the Freestar Collective, and then just jump around between like planets in the system, and eventually you get attacked. Usually it's like either pirates or ecliptic mercs, but if you do get the Varun guys, just take out the escorts and then disable the engines aboard the ship. Anyway, let's get down to the teardown. So it's got a Kon-Tiki B300 bridge, which is a nice bridge, like I was saying. And then underneath that we have the Shroud 2x3 mess hall for all your eating needs. And then underneath that we have the 2x2 battle station. This is the one I was saying, it's really, really cool. I really like the battle station. And then we have a 1x1 companionway. We have the 2x2 brig. Oh, so this is a brig. Okay, interesting. So it's not an armory, it's a brig. We've got another Shroud storeroom. And then underneath that we have a 2x2 living quarters, which is unusual because if I remember correctly, there was no living quarters in it. Got another 3x2 cargo hull. If I was flying this ship, if you're going to fly the ship, I'd probably recommend getting rid of that and replacing it with something more useful. And then we have a 2x1 control station. We have a 1x1 companionway. Another 1x1 companionway. And I think that's it. Let me just double check. Where's the entryway? I know it's here. Yeah, and we also have the... Come on. And the Stability Pro landing bay. So real quick, just to double check everything. So we have 1x1 Shroud storeroom, 2x2 Shroud brig, 1x1 companionway, another 1x1 companionway, a 2x1 control station, a 2x2 living quarters, a 2x2 or a Stability Pro landing bay, 1x1 companionway, 2x3 cargo hall, 2x3 mess hall, Kon-Tiki B300 bridge, and I need to find the docking port because I know it's here somewhere. Give me a moment. Where are you, Mr. Docking Port? There we go. Yeah, and it's got a small little slim Deimos 100 DP slim docker. So that was a review and breakdown of the ship. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.